How's it going, Lad Legion? It's your boy Brad bringing you guys a new type of content. Yes, this is something you've never seen on my channel before. This is going to be a game review, and today's game we are going to be reviewing is Red Dead Redemption 2, or as I like to call it, House Building Simulator.
This is my favorite part, right here.
Now in this game, you play as Arthur Morgan, and before I even start, I do want to say there's going to be a bit of spoilers in here, so if you guys don't want to hear anything about it, I suggest either just don't pay attention, just click off the video, because this is going to have a lot of spoilers, because I'm going to do an in-depth review, just explain what I liked of the game, what I think of the game, and what you are going to enjoy from the game. So basically with the story, you are playing as Arthur Morgan and you are in this gang with Dutch and just a bunch of other people. John Marston's in the game. If you guys don't know, John Marston is the main guy you play as in Red Dead Redemption, just the first game. This game is kind of just a prequel to that game. And there's a lot you can do, and I'm going to say this right now, this story is one of the best stories I have seen in a game. If you guys have played GTA 5, you're going to like Red Dead Redemption 2, just so the fact, it's kind of like that game. I like to describe it as kind of a western of that game. It's made by Rockstar, so I guess that's kind of what they were going for. But it's also like nothing like Grand Theft Auto 5. You do have horses you can steal, you can shoot, you can rob. Those are the similarities to it, but that's kind of where it stops. There's so much more you can do with this game. You can hunt, you can go bounty hunting, you can ride around with your horse, but be careful when you ride with your horse, because I'm going to say this right now. Those things are the most fragile things. Don't drive it like you drive a car in GTA 5. If you crash that thing into a tree or jump off a 5-foot cliff, it will die, and you will either have to just let it die or use horse reviver on it. And with this game, there's really nothing, you're not really going to get bored. There's so much different events that go on at the same time. There's so many different things for you to do. With hunting, there's main animals. Basically, you can just kill any animal, skin it, get their feathers, get their pelts, get their meat, and then you can eat to refill your cores. Your cores are basically just the things that, if you have a health core, it basically depends on how fast you can regen health. Stamina depends on how fast you can regen stamina. You also have Deadeye, which is your special ability in the game. Basically slows down time and you can lock on people and shoot them. And back to the hunting thing, there is legendary animals that you can kill as well, and those give you legendary pelts that you can sell to the trapper to make some really cool ass outfits. Me personally, I'm trying to go for the Crocodile Dundee outfit. If you don't know what that is, basically it comes with the crocodile hat. That's the only thing that really relates it to it. You get this badass puma fur coat, and that's basically it for legendary animals. There's really no purpose to them besides making the cool clothing. So if you want to collect clothing, and if you just like hunting games in general, that's going to be a really good thing for you. But let's get into bounty hunting a little bit. You can also just hunt for bounties. You go to the law office and you find the bounty poster, you read it, it will either say dead or alive, and then you go hunt them. And normally they have pretty elaborate story value sometimes, and pretty just really good missions. Sometimes you have to capture them alive. Most of the ones I've had to capture are alive. The only problem with bounties is I wish they added a lot more into it. But you just hog tie them, you bring them back, and you collect your money. Or you fight a giant version of just, it's a gang. You have to fight the gang and get the guy. If you're someone that just wants to rob a bunch of stores, there is a bunch of different opportunities for that for you as well. You can either just walk into a store, pull out your gun, and start robbing them, basically like you do in GTA 5, except I think you get a little bit more money because you do get less currency, but the less currency is like, it's from that time, so less is actually more. But you can either go up to them, rob them that way, or you can go to the mail station, train station, whatever you want to call it, and you can get tips for stagecoach robberies, train robberies. If you also can go to your camp, and if you save certain people in the quick time events, you can actually get tips on house robberies, and you can also rob houses, and these houses actually give you a good deal amount of cash. And there are also random events, like not the random events that you can see, but there are certain houses that if you go to, they will play weird secrets of events. There's one pig farm, I believe, in Lemoyne, where if you go to that, they feed you and you just, they drug you, and then they just kidnap you, they steal all your money, and then they set you free. But if you go back to that house, you can go to their money, get your money back, and you can actually notice a bunch of stuff that you never noticed before. If you open their cabinet, I believe there's a bunch of skulls. Just so much. Game is way more open world than GTA 5. Yes, I'm going to be comparing it to that game a lot because GTA 5 is kind of right before this game. there's just so much more open world. You can actually enter the houses, you can actually enter the bars. Most of the city doors will open, and the NPCs will actually react to you more than you can react with them in GTA 5. You can actually greet them, you can actually talk to them. Some of them will have missions for you. And let's get into a little bit of the online aspect of this game. It's not going to be for everybody. It sure isn't for me. I personally think that the online version of this game is boring. A lot of people are going to disagree with that because a lot of people love the online version of this game. But I went into it, I'm going to admit I was kind of wrong here. I went into it expecting it to be like GTA Online, where you just run around killing people. It is kind of like that, but with horses and stuff, it makes it different. And unless you're playing with people, it's really quite boring, I might add. I played it for a good 20 minutes and I got really bored of it. I know I probably should have gave it more of a chance, but I just really wanted to test it out. And the character customization is cool. You can't really have a pretty character. All the character customization options are quite ugly. The starting mission is kind of long. It's longer than the GTA 5 mission in a way. But if you really just want storyline value and you bought this game to play the story, I recommend you don't even have to buy the Ultimate Edition. I ended up buying it because it was discounted. All you get is some free weapons and a horse. You get so much money in the story game that you don't even need those free weapons. You'll easily be able to afford them. But there's also these gold bars hidden around the map that if you just find treasure maps, they're random time events where you can get these maps. I believe it's 5,000 I got. 5,000 plus in bars of gold that you can just get right off the bat after you pass a certain amount of chapters. I believe there are 7 chapters and 2 epilogues, 6 chapters and 2 epilogues. Someone tell me in the comments. I know it's something like that. But eventually Arthur does die from tuberculosis and you do play as John Marston. So you will, just the story and leading up to that. I'm not going to spoil everything leading up to it, but if you didn't know, if you didn't guess already, since this game is a prequel to the other game, Arthur does die and you do play as John Marston. And the story leading up to that has to be some of the best story that I have seen in a video game to date. Yes, Spider-Man was a great story, all the other ones are for a great story, but for the game that Red Dead Redemption 2 is, this has to be one of the best stories of just the decade. I love this story so much. You'll hear me saying so much good things about this story. And that's pretty much it for my review of Red Dead 2. And if I had to give a rating to it, I would probably give it a 9.5 out of 10. There are some misses with this game, but other than that, it is a perfect game. And I would love to hear what your guys' rating of the game is. Please put that in the comment section down below. And yes, I do recommend this game to everybody that loves a good story, just loves open world games. I recommend this to anybody that loves hunting games. Basically, this game has anything for everybody. And yeah, that's going to be it. If you guys liked the video, please make sure to give a big thumbs up. If you guys are new to the channel and like what you see, I'm trying to be one of the most diverse channels on YouTube right now. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and that post notification button so you never miss an upload from me. And I will see you lads in the next video.